Hey there folks, and welcome to this video. And here I'm going to be talking about Formula 1, and I'm going to be talking about the drivers taking the knee. Again. Reason being is because of a piece published by BBC Sport. Andrew Benson, the chief F1 writer, will be yesterday, as the day this is coming out, saying that F1 are organising an anti-racism protest ahead of the British Grand Prix. So essentially, they're going to be fitting a time into the pre-race schedule for drivers to be able to do any kind of protest. The drivers will be provided with the kinds of end racism shirts that they've had before, and they'll get the time to do any kind of expression in the way they decide. And there are a couple of things I want to say about this. But the main kind of take that I have on it is this. It takes away a lot of the kind of edge that a protest has, especially a kind of symbolic protest. But at the same time, it really takes away anything that could be controversial. The gesture taking the knee, as Colin Kaepernick had done a few years ago, was controversial because it was during the national anthem, and it was something that wasn't condoned by the NFL or by teams like the 49ers. On the other hand, this doesn't take place during the national anthem, so it won't be an intentional disrespect to GB, to the UK, unless, it happens during something like God Save the Queen. And the sport is openly providing a slot in which people can do this. So it's not like the teams, the organisers, the organisation are exactly against it either. So, I don't see, really, a reason why drivers won't do it. And I mean, I've never said that drivers have to be forced to do it. Drivers, of course, have their free will. But we have every right to have a way of expressing our own free will, our own free speech, to criticise them when they don't. Charles Leclerc thinks that actions like these are just symbolic, and you need to do greater changes, and those are the things that count. But I mean, he's a guy who took part in Blackout Tuesday and tweeted hashtag Black Lives Matter, so who am I to judge? Carlos Sainz made dirty jokes in the past, as has Max Verstappen. And they say, oh, we have a freedom to express in the way that we want. But who am I to judge? It's really interesting to think about this kind of time we're living in. It's interesting to think that here in Britain, the English Premier League can organise better than Formula 1 can. Chelsea Football Club, are playing a more active part in symbolic protests like taking the knee than Formula 1. I mean, at times it makes me quite ashamed of the sport. Doesn't make me surprised. And if you're asking me, like, which drivers do you think won't take the knee? I would have said Verstappen, Sainz, and I would have said Kimi Raikkonen. Probably wouldn't have said Leclerc. Probably would have actually thought that Leclerc was one of the people who would. But then really, since around, I guess, Singapore last season, I started to lose a lot of respect for Charles Leclerc. Anyways, we'll see what happens on Sunday, on race day. And we'll see the conversation around us around that time. I want to thank you for watching. And I want to remind you to be respectful. Especially if you're thinking of going into the comment section down below. I moderate the comment sections on these videos because of the amount of hatred that I've seen on some of my more political videos recently. So if you're going to leave something hateful in there, if you're going to leave something racist in there, be aware that it's probably going to stay in the Health Review file for quite a long time. Thank you for watching, and, well, I hope to see you around.